Right, they are the Texans of Germany. That was the thing I was going for. So yeah, Bavaria is the Texas of Germany. It's in the south. They speak in funny voices. They are very conservative and they are very Christian. And other parts of the country are considering that it might just be easier to let them do their own thing and maybe found their own place and let the bigger country be. But yeah, with this beautiful insight into Germanness. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast, where ANY and Keyframe wonder about random drivel and apparently Germany and German culture.
That wasn't my media, by the way.
Oh wait, yeah. Keyframe just presented her media in the pre-show. Too bad for you people who don't watch live. Nah. Also, I guess this is a point, one of the first points where we should maybe mention to the live audience that we consider moving the live stream for 2024, so starting next year, to YouTube, just as a heads up. And we might also start posting the VODs on a new separate channel on YouTube, so keep
even
keep
though
your
the
eyes
VODs get put into a different tab on the YouTube thing from the uploads anyways?
Yes, because I actually edit every single VOD. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Yep.
We even had this discussion of like, why don't you just keep the lives there?
Yeah, but it's like a separate. No, I do edit them. That's why.
Gross editing.
I know,
effort.
Right? Oh, on that note, I did editing this weekend. Oh boy. But I guess it's too early to jump to the art of the week yet. Let's jump to the guest of the week instead. Hey!
Hey, I'm back.
Back
When was
again.
the last time I was on? Because the last time I definitely did not look like this.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Let me try. It was definitely
the last
this
time you
year.
were gross in live action.
Oh no, last time I was a cartoon human.
That sounds about
Gross,
right.
disgusting.
Yeah. Was it what? Was it just the first? I believe you were the first guest this year, unless you came in between at some point.
Yeah, I believe it was.
January.
Yeah, it might have been back in January.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
You have the Salesforce, don't you? You could check.
Yeah, but this becomes we should keep it more sparsely. Not. Or then again, the big battle is happening, so maybe I should bring up the Salesforce.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
There is when I asked you, Paleo, who you are and why people should care, and also what you do, maybe. Now you can tell people why they should care. They should care for reasons.
Yeah, you should care, and you should care when I'm on here, because I saw Michael Edwards lurking in the chat.
Oh, he already's here. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I saw him. I saw him on the chatters list. Come out.
Come out, coward.
Just come out. Come out.
Yes, because as we know, this place is just the battleground for you and Michael Edwards, your lifelong enemy.
Yeah.
That's the lore we're
I would say
building
enemy,
here.
just rival.
If AWKWARDCast had lore, it would not be an iceberg, it would be an ice cube. Just very, very small.
Still floating, doing its best.
But Paleo, what have you been up to recently besides going through like a magical girl transformation to a shark dinosaur thing?
Yeah, I have been streaming a lot. Well, actually, starting tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm gonna be doing like an all-day stream just for like a big blowout before I go on hiatus, because I have been streaming like a lot in the past few months and everything. And yeah, I changed into a dolphin dragon thing. This is the design that I commissioned by Virgolifus on Twitter, which she's a very good like Pokemon artist. But I commissioned her to design this creature here, which I call it a Steno dragon, and I gave it like a scientific name of like Dracocetus stenodon, because I'm nerdy like that.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted something that was sort of very unique to me for when I like transitioned into a more unique VTuber model. Still a PNG tuber. Eventually, I do want to get a live 2D model.
Mm-hmm.
The ears can have jiggle physics.
Yeah, that's what I want. But there's the design from Vergolifus, and then there's the ref sheet that my friend Tomiko did.
There we go.
I without hair, the character looks like the character from Madoka Magica, the little like pink thing.
Oh yeah, QB.
Yeah. It's very cute.
Yeah, I keep saying it like every time I stream, anytime people mention it, but I do really love the way it turned out. But yeah, been streaming a lot. I joined a streamer group called VCuties. There's a bunch of people in there. There's actually a couple of pony people in there. Saku Kitty's in there. Nini Draws is in there, if you know those pony artists. And funny thing about VCuties is that I raided somebody back in June when I was playing the early demo for Paleo Pines, which Paleo Pines is
you have your own
not
game?
about me. No, no, it's not about me. It's about dinosaurs. But it's basically a dinosaur farming sim. But I got like an early demo for it, and I streamed it, and then I raided somebody called Liberty, and they also got into VCuties just coincidentally. So I've been making like new friends in that that whole streamer group. So I've been growing a lot with streaming stuff. But
nice.
Tomorrow I will be doing like a day-long stream because like the Game Awards nominations are tomorrow. So I want to do like a predictions stream and then probably play some other stuff for the rest of the day before I go on hiatus because I got some real-life stuff to do for the rest of November. So I'll probably be back in December for streaming. But I'm also going to try to work on a lot of video stuff because December's coming up and I need some ad revenue. So I'm going to work on a bunch of videos.
Gotta suckle from the Google teat.
But yeah, among our guests, it's often like, oh, and why should you people care? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, you know, you have actual stuff going on. You sound like an interesting guest. We should invite more often. Wing, wing.
Yeah. Man, we should invite people who like Paleo more often than, you know, voice actors. I mean, what do they do for a living?
I mean, here's the thing,
right?
Currently, but after today, you are going to leave Saberspark in the dust.
Oh.
And also Glitchy.
So yeah, you are overtaking some people.
Yes, because the four appearances.
The dinosaur is eating people.
Yeah.
Who's the next victim? Oh, Chi-Chi's next. Okay.
Chi-Chi, but for Chi-Chi, today you are not even level with Chi-Chi, so you need to come back once, then you are level with Chi-Chi, and then you can overtake her. But then the next one you'd have to take after that is Wooten. Do you think you can take Wooten?
Take on the Spaghetti Man.
The Lord of Lewd.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that? You still have a few.
I'm sure Paleo can. I'm sure Paleo could take on the Lord of Lewd. 1v1. In the octagon.
Oh yeah, this is an octagon.
Yeah, I made this observation last time. Is that this is actually an octagon.
I saw that.
I hate when I'm right.
I mean,
but yes, amongst amongst the things you've been doing, Paleo, you've probably been consuming things media-wise. We don't want to know what you ate.
I'm not sure which one I should talk about because there's been a lot.
Oh, that's great. I have no clue what to talk about either. But I'm probably coming from the opposite end of you.
I thought that you were going to talk about the fruit game that everyone's been obsessed with recently.
I could talk about the fruit game,
that we already saw.
Very short to talk about.
We already saw, like, here, the fruit game. There it is.
Almost every person I know has been playing this fruit game, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I said almost, Max.
But no, I was about to say that I also have no clue about it.
So please, what's it called? Sukiya?
Suika game.
So is this now officially your media or? Wait,
I just want to know what it is.
I can talk about it a little bit because it's a very small game. It's like $3 on the eShop.
Okay, this is
on a
Nintendo
Nintendo Switch. But it's basically like a puzzle game. I've heard people compare it to 2048, which I know is like a puzzle game that people played for a while. I've never played 2048 though, but the rules are kind of similar, and it's kind of like a mix between that and Puyo Puyo.
Oh wait, I'm not sharing.
But oh,
I was like, oh yeah, I see stuff happening.
Yeah. So basically, the goal is just to mash the fruit and make them bigger to make them evolve into bigger fruit, and eventually to get to a watermelon. And you get higher scores that way, and you can do like combos and stuff. And
Isn't this
really
just
the goal is just try
Bejeweled?
to get a highest score as possible. Apparently, you can get to watermelons and then fuse those two watermelons. I have never had that happen yet. I got very close to it on Friday, because I beat my score, which my score right now is 3277. But apparently the max score you can get is 9,999, which there's a few players who have done that before. Actually, I think there's only 2 that have done that, because it has it on the worldwide ranking.
No, we don't need more of these types of games into the world. These things are quicksand pits of time investment.
Yeah, it's a good stream game though. It's very fun to just like sit there and play that puzzle game and just talk to chat, and then get excited when things happen.
Yeah, I can tell where your attention is. Like, I'm getting so angry. Like, just from watching, like, no, over there. Why are you putting it there? No.
God, this is this game. This game would be terrible for you, Max.
Oh.
You would be so methodical.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Paleo, this is also not my media, but are you familiar with a short little game called Dorfromantik?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me see if I can pull up a video. What's it? No, just trailer. No. Okay, that look. Okay. Here we go. So, this is actually gameplay in it. Some gameplay, please. No, maybe. Okay, there's gameplay. So this is how it goes. You have this stack, and you just find the optimal. There is no time limit, no pressure, no nothing.
Then it's not a game.
No, it's a game. You still, it just doesn't have pressure. You still have, you have a limit of pieces you can put down, but there is zero like pressure on it. It's really just a chill game. It's like, no, you build your world, you score points, you can unlock more stuff. But technically, again, the perfect incarnation of a casual chill game.
Cool.
It is the most stressful game for me personally. I played it on stream once. I'm not sure if it was on the stream that I was super exhausted, or if it was when I tried to play it afterwards again. I believe I tried to play it afterwards again, and I was like super anxious. Nothing ever made me so anxious as this tranquil, very chill, relaxed game, because it's like, I need to find the perfect spot where to put it. So,
You know, not everything has to be perfect.
Tell this to my psyche. I hate it because this game looks so relaxed and chill and whatnot. So the point being, this Suika game...
How do you play games like Stardew and shit that is just living and sim?
Exactly, they work. But this other game where it's just like one piece after another, place it, get points. For some reason, even I played like there is a super strict time pressure on it, even though there isn't. But yeah, Suika. Or do I make Dorfromantik my media? I haven't played it in years, so that's kind of wrong.
You know, therapy is an invaluable resource. We may have seen some signs of something you may need to talk about with a professional. How calm things freak you out. But yeah, would you write? I guess besides Max is the person I guess who answers the question of who is this game not for.
Wow, I don't know.
I guess this game is for people who want relaxing stream games.
Who actually can relax. Well, dude, you're almost dead.
People who don't have a stick up their ass. Wait, this... Oh God, isn't there basically a game like this that was on the SNES that had Yoshi in it?
Oh, Yoshi's Island.
Yeah! I love the shit out of that game.
Mario and Yoshi. Not Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, it's, you know, like, kind of like Tetris, but not...
Yeah, that's
it's not Yoshi's Cookie.
That's a Yoshi's Cookie.
There's also...
No, not Yoshi's
Cookie or
Cookie.
Tetris Attack.
Mario and Yoshi. Where you have Mario and Luigi at the bottom who switch plates, and then you have towers with eggshells that turn into Yoshis.
No, that's not
just
it.
called Yoshi, I believe.
Really?
There's one that's kind of like that's looks like a Tetris board. Is not, you're switching things around so it fits colors, and when you match up
that's
colors,
Panel
it fucks over the
yeah,
person
but
on
they
the
called
other...
it Tetris Attack over here.
Yes.
Even though it's nothing like Tetris.
I love that game. I kick Golden's ass at that game very consistently.
Well, you're dead. Yep, there we go. Kaput. But hey, they're still smiling happily.
You needed to get another watermelon. What a loser! You're a loser.
Should I see? Oh, I see something big and green. Is
See, I feel like this game would not be for me because I would get angry at this game. These games make me rage.
So you're not so different from me after all.
No, you get stressed out. Luck. I get angry.
A lot of this game is about luck because it all depends on like what fruit you get next.
Yes, I could be mad at God.
Oh, he had it coming.
Oh, come on.
I know, right? Anyway, so I guess we are spending so much time on it.
So what's your actual media? Wait. We spent too much time on Watermelon Game.
Wait, this is not his media?
My actual media, I could talk about Life on Our Planet, which is that Netflix documentary.
That's kind of an abstract concept, but okay. Oh wait, there's a show called
There's a show called Life on Our Planet. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Good.
Shut up.
Good job. Well, I guess here it is. Keep talking.
I believe another another time I was on here, I talked about Prehistoric Planet.
Yeah,
Life on Our Planet is like Netflix's sort of answer to that, but not really. Because it does have like CG stuff. It has CG stuff by ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, who did stuff for Jurassic Park and all that. Which, though, it was kind of falsely advertised, because you see, like, in this trailer here, there's a bunch of, like, you know, CG dinosaurs and other creatures, but that is not most of the show. Most of the show is actually, like, modern-day animals. Because it, like, goes through all of time, from, like, the Cambrian explosion to up to now, and it goes through all the different groups of animals that evolved. And then they talk about like when they evolved and showed a little bit of that, and then go to the modern day equivalent and then talk about the animals there. So it was very falsely advertised with this trailer, because like you see so many like CG shots and stuff, and you see some like real life shots where right here and everything. But it's like it's mostly like modern day animals that they talk about. And the CG shots that they have of like VFX and stuff are very short. So it was disappointing for a lot of people. And also some of the CG isn't too great, like that Deinonychus right there wasn't too great of a shot compared to like some of the stuff we got in Prehistoric Planet. And also it's kind of written kind of weird. Because it's all about, oh yeah, this dynasty and that dynasty and this dynasty, and it's like all about like taking over. It's very weird to look at life in that kind of way. But and also, I feel like, because it's narrated by Morgan Freeman, I feel like people like the idea of Morgan Freeman being a narrator, but really it's not great of a narrator. And he also kind of like mispronounced some things too. When I was watching the documentary, I was like, oh. But it's like some of the CG stuff looks good, some of it's not too great, but it's like ILM. They actually reused some models from Jurassic World. Like the Allosaurus they used is like a redone Allosaurus model that they used. But yeah, it's okay if you want like stuff for like I guess just watching a random nature documentary. Because the modern day animal stuff they shot is like new footage, so there's still some good like shots of like real life animals in there. It was just unfortunate that it was falsely advertised.
Got dinosaur fans like yourself all excited for nothing.
Yeah. No, I mean I do like modern day documentaries too. So yeah, because there's actually like going on right now. I believe there's Planet Earth 3 airing on BBC. So I do want to watch that.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
How dare you, Steven Spielberg, for disappointing the shark dragon person.
Typical Steven.
It's
typical Steven move, cutting a trailer misleadingly.
It's very unfortunate because like people were getting excited because like, oh, this is going to be like like a Walking with Dinosaurs or Prehistoric Planet, but it's going to be like on every era, in every period in time. But it's like, oh, they only did like a little short bit of like each of these, like for the new VFX stuff. So it was disappointing that they didn't really do too much. It might have been budgetary restraints, but I don't know.
So
we need a documentary show that each episode is only about the different extinctions that happened over the course of time.
I mean, they did talk about every single
I know,
mass
but I
extinction.
want a series where each episode is that specific time, that specific period in time's worst day ever. Like,
oh, I mean, there are 2 episodes in here that sort of go over that, because like or like part of it, because the 2 like biggest mass extinctions were the Permian-Triassic extinction, which is called the Great Dying, because like 90% of all life disappeared due to like stuff happening on Earth, and then like there's the dinosaurs, of course. With
yes, Paleo. Most bad things that happen is because stuff happens on Earth. that needs to be the name of another documentary show. Stuff happens on Earth. You have life on our planet.
No, we
have
stuff.
Earth. We need stuff happening on our planet. But there you go.
Oh,
next, what's your media?
I found one, luckily.
You found one?
Yes. No, I was a little bit, like, desperate a moment ago. Like, I was almost ready to talk about Phasmophobia again because they changed a lot in the recent update, and it's actually... No, that they reinvented it very much. They reset everybody. You get a little plaque which is like, congratulations, you used to have level 167. Now back to level 1.
It shows how little I played of it.
but now back to level 0, you fucking noob. But they completely revamped the shop system, and you actually have to work for your progress now. Leveling up means something, while back in the day it was like after level 10 you had everything unlocked and was like...
I don't like
Make
their
it
menus.
rain.
Their selection system is awful.
Yeah, that is true. This game, I believe it's still technically in early access, isn't it? But no. we finished an anime recently, and oh boy,
another anime.
Oh,
That needs to be on the bingo card. Whoever makes an AWKWARDCast bingo card, can you do that Max's Media as an anime?
I mean, it's not actually happening that often because
It's been happening often recently.
Yeah, but because we wrapped up a bunch of shows, but now we still have a bunch more which are we are just starting and stuff, so they will be with us for months. Anyways, so my media, a very glorious one that Denim shared from, I believe the quote was, to get an impression what I grew up with and which formed the personality that I am today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present Melody of Oblivion, one hell of a 90s clusterfuck anime.
This show?
Yes, this show. Poor little baby Denim in her teenage years. Watch this, and certain scenes, especially from the end of the show, are following her to this day. I just say cowgirls.
This show is so bad.
I know. It was really more of a understanding. Wait, I mean, I made her watch Armitage 3, which is basically my 90s anime of questionable quality, which I obsessed over. Like, I had the DVD and everything, and it's like, it's also not good. Armitage 3 is not good. But I dare to say it's better than Melody of Oblivion.
I mean, I would agree. I would agree.
So, oh god, what to say about it? So, I mean, you get a certain impression of, okay, what is going on? It's very, very anime, like, you have them riding around on their motorbikes, they fight in a war against monsters, which, from the very small number of monsters you actually get to meet in the show, they are, like, Greek mythology inspired. And the monsters are like completely overpowered. Like, if a normal human has just glimpses a monster, they basically instantly die just from looking at them. Except for the human sacrifices, because that's the entire thing. The monsters basically won the war. The humans are now basically enslaved as a cattle race, but kind of like in the Matrix. Oh, maybe the Matrix actually, the Coens actually watched Melody of Oblivion, and this was one of their inspirations. Because the humans basically live in a slightly altered reality in which there is no knowledge of the war. It's also a little bit of Attack on Titan, isn't it? Whoa! All the modern hits that are actually all based on Melody of Oblivion, or those are just tropes. I don't know. One of those two.
I mean, also, I don't know. I mean, given the quality of the last season of Attack on Titan. And then you go into, maybe it was influenced by Melody of Oblivion.
Oh, shots been fired. But yeah, more about the plot. So far, so good. So you have the war, you have the monsters, humanity basically enslaved as cattle, like literally because the humans get human sacrifices that they're nom on. But there are some people who are just chosen ones. They are warriors of Melons, and they have a weird tattoo. They can magically materialize bows out of nowhere, and they work with arrows out of nowhere, and they fight the monsters with magical bow and arrow. Still, so far all fine. So far okay. All those elements are like, yeah, okay, it's a weird anime, but it could still go either way. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's the storytelling. I mean, where to even start? This show is very fan servicey, and
no shit, Sherlock.
It's even for an anime. I mean, the typical. I guess it's supposed to be shonen. At the end of the day, it's probably shonen. The protagonist is a bland dude. There is a bunch of girls. It's probably a harem. It's hard to say. I mean, they also actually are differently like. She is clearly a fangirl for him. She is just throwing herself at any male character. she has her other boyfriend, and while she seems to be the one that everybody is after, she turns out to be also, spoilers by the way, she turns to be out to actually also be just the love interest for a different character. So technically not a harem. But oh god, those ladies, when those two shoot their fucking arrows, they are orgasming. I made fun about how Ladybug seems to orgasm during her transformation. They literally orgasm.
Yeah.
It's like the fan service. And the fun thing is, after finishing it, we found an article about it, like anime recommendations, like obscure gems. And the article is very much like trying its hardest. The first paragraph is like pointing out how bad it is, then going in like, but hey, this is supposed to be a recommendation, and then they go into how there are actually certain elements in the story about about how cults work, how complicit people for the purpose of power stay with it and sacrifice, literally in the case of the anime, sacrifice their fellow humans just to a position of power, to remain in a position of power and luxury. But then the article goes back to, yeah, but all those very, especially nowadays, relevant messages kind of get completely ruined by all the fan service, by the disjointed storytelling. It was an experience to watch. It was definitely not good.
So I guess you're recommending this to anyone who wants an experience?
I guess so. It is objectively not good. Denim never advertised it as being good.
Well, yeah,
it was really
I feel
more like
if someone
hey,
advertised this as good, like, entertaining does not mean good. Yeah, entertaining is not indicative of quality.
It was also exhausting to watch. Like, I mean, we usually just watch 2 episodes of something at a time during food. So it was already like in the rotation with only 2 episodes at a time. Oh, at times, because it's so much nonsensical stuff happens in it. I mean, again, fan service to a point where I got offended. I like fan service. And it started to become offensive to me. It's like, wow, fuck you, show. Oh, so hard. And again, storytelling all over the place, nonsensical stuff. Then, like, apparently it's based on something, and I'm not sure either. I'm very angry with the source material, assuming that this adaptation is accurate. Or I am feeling very, very sorry for the source material because, oh boy, this anime. So at the end of the day, I believe you have to watch at least. That's also the sad thing. It starts a little bit slow. So to really get an impression, I mean, the shit hits the fan in the last couple episodes. So that oh no, the oiling scene. Anyways,
no spoilers.
No, I'm just saying a word like the oiling scene, and if you have seen the show, you know what I mean. If you don't see the show, haven't seen the show, either you now want to see it, or maybe you don't, and you're better off not knowing.
I feel like it says more about you, person, if the term oiling scene encourages you to watch
again
the show.
Technically, if I would hear, "Ooh, you say an oiling scene," again, I like fan service.
I say with my statement, it says more about you.
Probably, but not in this context. In this context, it is what you think, but it's also not what you think. It's what you think, but it's not what you want it to be. It's like, oh, this show. And it tries so hard to be artsy and deep when it's not flinging the big-titted girls in front of the camera. It's like it's trying so much deepness, and it has very, very artistic editing, which also hurts the story, as good artistic editing has to be. If we go by the cynical cliches, like it is a very French movie, but yet an anime, and also horny as fuck.
You know a good like bad anime thing.
Is it? I'm not sure because it's too long. If it would be an OVA, I would definitely recommend it as a so bad it's good. But it's a 24, 26 episode show.
This
like requires
an OVA
commitment.
Is easy to just unless you're in like a consistent watch party group and you're like, guys, let's have a show that once a week we watch. We get some tall boys, get some drinks in us, and just watch.
A lot of drinks. The drinking
the car
games.
Crash.
The drinking games write themselves. Reused animation.
They really do.
Reused animation. You are drunk after the first episode.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, because this brings me back, because I remember watching this show. I remember really liking this show.
Is this going to turn into your media?
No, I may have drawn the girl with the white hair a lot as a kid.
Oh. Wait,
look at her.
Her? Oh, the turquoise hair.
Yeah. Like, I drew a lot of these characters all the time. And... What? Shut up! Shut the fuck up! If you want to add, now that you're done with this one, if you want to add a good short, terrible chaser to your bad anime drink, I recommend Garzy's Wing, which is one of the worst anime OVAs of all time. Oh, it's okay. So it's this fucking 3-episode OVA. It's from the guy who made Gundam. It's not about Gundam. And like, it's this kid named Chris who gets put into a parallel world, and like, he exists simultaneously in the well world and the real world. And they can communicate with each other through a necklace. It's awful. It is nonsensical. I think I remember reading 90s. A Reddit post where they said that it makes no sense and only God can comprehend the show. Yes, that's it. That's Garzy's Wing. Oh my god.
Oh, look at this. Bennett the Sage made a video with it about it with the spoony one. That must be old.
This is like comedy gold, and it's not meant to be. It is not meant to be. Also, the dub is fantastic because, man, they just told them, shout all your lines. There is no silence here. I love this OVA.
So basically, like, so basically the assumption now is that Christopher Nolan watched this anime in the past and he was like, I am so done with shouting. I am going to do the opposite. Everybody's going to whisper in my movies.
The hard of hearing will now become the harder of hearing. But it's so bad it's good. And that's how I feel about about Melody to Oblivion. It's exhaustingly bad, but like, I kind of want to be exhausted sometimes.
Word.
Oh god, it's so bad. God, I can't. But yes, that's not my media.
I guess we are all going for a double wobble today. I mean, Paleo got Tsukai and the Live on the Planet. I got Phasmophobia and Melody, and you got Garzy and.
So hey guys, I've been prepping for a convention all week, so I don't tend to put on new things very often. Because I feel like I should give things their focus. So I decided to go to a classic. An anime, some would say. It's not. It's an anime in that they reuse animation a lot. I'm going back to something that shaped my childhood and adolescence, which was Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I haven't talked about this show on the channel yet. So
I believe I guessed it, but no, you might not have.
Okay, but so it fits because they're actually releasing a new season this month.
Yeah. I thought it was dead.
No, Aqua Teen never dies. It's
Teen
weird
forever.
now with the new animation though, because the new animation's like good, and it feels wrong because Aqua Teen's not supposed to look good.
It's not as limited.
It's supposed to be the original show was made in Photoshop and After Effects and Avid Video Editor. That's my standard. But this is animated by the same people who animate Bob's Burgers and stuff because they animated the Plantasm movie that came out last year. But point being, I've been watching the original Aqua Teen. I got inspired because they've been just live streaming the same like 5 episodes on the Adult Swim website. But I have HBO Max, so I could just watch all of the seasons. So I have all 12 seasons. 11 seasons. This is the 12th season.
Yeah.
What is Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Well, if you've been living under a rock or not a college stoner, it was a backdoor pilot that was done during Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but it was released before the backdoor pilot came out, which is very interesting.
It was?
About these
I didn't
3
Oh, no.
Huh?
I didn't actually know that.
Well, yeah, because
the show
the
actually
thing
came out
was that
before
there
that
was a Space Ghost
came out.
Coast to Coast. Yeah, there was a Space Ghost Coast to Coast thing called like Baffler Meal, and it had very different designs for the Aqua
Yeah,
Teens.
they were very different.
But the episode didn't come out before the actual pilot, because Adult Swim did the thing Adult Swim used to do when they were cool and based, which was just release pilots at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So they released Rabot at like 4 in the morning under the title Special Programming. But yeah, it's just a show about these 3 food items that are alive and are like 30 to 40 years old. And the first couple episodes are them being detectives, but that was mostly because Cartoon
they
Network
scrapped
would not...
that immediately.
Well, because they only made that concept so
Yeah.
Adult Swim would greenlight the show, and
Yeah.
then once the show was greenlit, they dropped it. There's so many things about this show that I respect, like...
Is this the one?
Just... Yes, that's the original designs.
Yeah.
I
that was
fucking
in Space
hate
Ghost.
Frylock.
The Frylock is so weird.
Well, apparently
also
in development for the show, they were like, before they decided Frylock should float, they were like, oh, what if he flipped upside down and used his, like, fries to walk? And apparently the animation tests for those were really disturbing, because it just looks like a spider.
Oh, God.
I want to see those animation tests. But, no,
But also, like, it looks a little bit like the personalities are swapped.
Oh, yeah, because...
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It was also, like, the voice... Besides Meatwad, all the voices were different, too. Like, Shake sounded like,
Wait, I probably should say on this
one of the green Moonanite. The one, that's not the words. Or, like, the Ignignok, that's his name.
Yeah.
God, I'm fuck. But no, I watched this show ever since I was a kid because my mother didn't realize that there could be animation for adults.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, I have a feeling
So-
that's how like a lot of us like found.
Well, yeah,
like, a
but
lot of
this
stuff was like
show-
just watching TV, like when you're not supposed to, when you're trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go to bed.
See, I don't know if I would say this show is ahead of its time, or it just created the time we have now because people grew up with it, and now we're in now. Because,
Where's Michael?
God damn it, I fucking love the humor of this show being so absurdist, but also it's very quiet, especially in the early seasons, because a lot of the jokes are Shake says something stupid or insulting, and Frylock's just staring at him. And and they're just waiting, and then he's like, "What?" And I don't know if that ruined my sense of humor or it formed it. Both can be true. I do realize, though, watching the show, a lot of my vocal mannerisms probably came to be because of Master Shake. Because I realized that his weird cadence of pausing mid-sentence and to, like, make the highlight points in his sentences is very much like how I talk. And it's like, oh no, I don't want to say that one of my vocal influences is the fucking Shake
Milkshake.
man.
Also, yeah, fighting words have been uttered.
What was uttered? I can barely hear Paleo. Why can't I hear him?
I don't know, but yeah, in the chat.
Can you not?
Oh. What is that pink meatball and why does it look depressed?
No, above.
No, Michael Edwards.
Oh, I will
there.
fight you in the octagon! But, yeah, so, like...
Also, the meatball got Mike Krasowski.
Poor meatwad. But, like... I don't know how to recommend this show to people.
Get high,
I
then
mean,
watch it.
It's kind of a show that's like you kind of had to be there to like get it.
I guess because it is such a quintessential. You know that the constantly drunk or high kid in your college dorm room watched this show.
I mean, here's the thing. Because coming in as an outsider, hi German. I was not familiar with this show for the longest time. Eventually, through cultural osmosis, I got to recognize those characters and eventually even associated the name with this show. And I believe I actually thought of a different show with to be Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And then at some point I was like, oh, those? Good thing. Yeah, I believe I, for the more or less first time, watched an episode during the Learning with Tibby, or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, the Adult Swim April Fools, where they were, like,
with the
fucking
glitch.
around with stuff.
Yeah, with the glitch.
glitching
And
stuff.
eventually, because we were like, whoa, it's happening everywhere, so eventually I went in and watched the entire special, which included one episode of Teen Hunger Force, so I watched it. Yeah, I can confirm it's probably you would have to been there for it kind of thing. I watched and I was like,
it's very.
okay.
I feel like it's very stoner humor. Like I feel like it's the weirdness of it is its humor, because everyone's just a bit unhinged in the show.
Yeah.
And it just kind of works. I don't know how. It's such an inexplicable show. And its staying power is ridiculous, because it's the longest running Adult Swim show.
Yeah, it keeps coming back.
Well, yeah, briefly, Robot Chicken overtook it, but with the fact that it's coming back for a new season, it now came back as the longest running Adult Swim show. Especially since I don't think Robot Chicken has made something since like 2020. So... No one knows what's going on.
I was
with that
surprised
show.
that
someone call Seth Green. Ask if he's okay. But like, I don't. It's such a hard to describe show. I do think the one that they used for the Pibby episode was not a good one to pick as your first Aqua Teen episode, because it's a later season episode. Because the show is very consistent in its quality. But I prefer watching, like, the original, like, 3 seasons, just because, like, you know, that's when the style was around. Though it is weird watching the show, like, listening to it while I'm working, and then I'm like, wait a second, who's that? And then I look it up, because they had a weird amount of guest stars on the show.
Yeah, there was a lot.
But the thing was, the show was not union, because it was made in Georgia. So all the union actors had to go under pseudonyms, which was very funny. But like, you know, I'm watching an episode and I'm listening and I'm like, is that fucking Clay Puffington, Scott Addist, fucking Baymax? And then I see in the credits, the name is C. Puffington because Moral Oral was airing at the time. So it's his other character. It's like, oh, cute. It was also very weird hearing Will Forte, especially since watching the new Clone High season. It's like, oh, why is Abe Lincoln here?
Still doesn't talk
Wasn't
about
there also Greg Universe's VA, who was like played Willie Nelson?
Yeah, Tom Sharpling. He was he's Willie Nelson, but not that Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of guest stars, which is like, why are you here? But if there's any way to describe the show, the theme song, like the original theme song for the show, you know, Shake Zula the Mike Ruler, that was written on the car ride to the studio.
Damn.
Like a 20-minute car ride, they made the theme song that they used for nearly 10 years.
And it's so iconic. It's like
it's
the
so
most
iconic.
Adult Swim like.
No one can
theme
say
song.
that intro is not iconic. Like, but it's a very quintessentially Adult Swim show. When I think Adult Swim humor, I think that. I know a lot more modern people will probably be like, "Oh, Rick and Morty," but you know, this is very much the last bastion, I think, of old Adult Swim humor. Of
especially with like
C-Lab,
the way
Show, Space
Ghost, with all
the
like reusing a bunch of like like with those other shows they reused a bunch of like Hanna-Barbera stuff. But this was still like had the limited animation, just like with different new characters.
Exactly. So it's like, it's the last little pillar of that. So if you're not into that era of Adult Swim, you probably wouldn't be into Aqua Teen. But it's very respectable just how much this thing will just not die.
Yeah.
And it's not out of the network wanting it to live. It tried to kill it many times. The fans and the team behind it just love the show so much that they just want to make it forever, which is very respectable. It's better than a Family Guy where everyone wants it to die, but the studio keeps like putting an EpiPen in its fucking arm when it thinks that it's dying out.
The Simpsons has gone on for way too long.
I can't watch Simpsons anymore. Like, even though the new episodes are written actually pretty good, I can't listen to the voice actors. They sound so tired.
I was about to
Marge's
say,
actress sounds like she needs like a lozenge, like an eternal lozenge.
Oh yeah, like I watched that the new Treehouse of Horror from was it last year or the year before, where they had like the Death Note one, and one of them was focused on Marge with the Babadook like parody. Which that Treehouse of Horror was actually pretty good, but like when I heard Marge, I was like, holy crap, like she needs to rest.
Someone, please let her go home. Get a new actor. That shouldn't be a taboo subject. If you can't voice the character anymore, get a new actress.
Or let the character age. Then the actress would be accordingly again.
If the character aged, the Marge would be like in her 70s or something at this point.
Exactly. How old is the voice actress?
Yeah, because like they were, like when Simpsons first came out, they were either like in their late 30s or early 40s. Like
she's 73. God damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, then.
But yeah, look, if you ever wonder why is Chrissy the way she is, Aqua Teen is probably just one of the pillars of. Oh, that explains so much. You know, despite the fact that I am not a drunk stoner college student. But it definitely came into my life when my brain was a very porous sponge developmentally.
But yeah, the fact that you binge it sober says probably a lot more. The average stoner, okay, but sober Chrissy. But
yeah, I guess there's the equatable drunk college student, sober Chrissy.
It's basically corporation.
It's the same picture.
Yeah, corporation wants to tell the difference. Anyways, I guess we have established who potentially enjoys it or not. Then maybe a word about our art of the week, which is a piece originally before somebody scribbled a lot of stuff on top of it. It was a piece that Chrissy made for me in the context of something.
It was just a little
Christmas,
gift art.
Birthday, something. Yeah.
No, it was just a random gift art.
No. Then either way, I'm not sure.
I think you were like sick, and I was like, oh, here's something to cheer you up. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, and I might or might not be working on a video at the moment, believe it or not. And for this video, I needed a certain asset. The asset is a video game. Is a generic cover of a video game. And I was like, nah, actiony hero, rogue character looking over the shoulder in the sunset. That makes a great image for this kind of a cover. And shameless self-advertisement for Chrissy for the art, and for me that a video is coming.
It's
not
so,
saying anything.
man, double shame.
I
Don't
know.
vote me into this.
Advertise.
I didn't consent to me being shamefully
Advertise
promoted.
like shameless whores. Ah, where's this
Oh,
song? I haven't
man.
heard this song in forever. It's a glorious song.
God. But yes, apparently our guest is currently
On the wee.
out of service, so we gotta vamp.
Yeah. I mean, we can already look.
Where's
so I
Rocket?
have somewhere. I don't want to do the whistle. The whistle is for meat, but then again, he doesn't eat the meat anyways. Here's also the fun thing about the whistle.
Oh.
So when a ferret is asleep, they have a very, somebody stop the time, how late it is right now. Have a very, very long line when they are sleeping. But information still gets there. So, even though I whistled, there is a very high chance. There he is! Come on.
Welcome back, Paleo. We're summoning a ferret.
Come on.
Oh.
Come here. Oh no! Now I'm feeling bad because the whistle usually means fresh meat, and now he's checking the food bowl and he's like, "Where is the meat?" Come here, buddy.
Now
he is betrayed. Yeah.
It's not good. It's not meat, Rocket. It's attention.
Yeah. Oh, there he's coming. Oh. Yeah. Oh, he likes these snacks. He likes these snacks.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at the little guy.
He is the little guy.
He's not little at all.
Oh, he's so chonk at the moment.
So I can fat shame him again.
Oh, he is just a very chonky monkey.
But yes, welcome back, Paleo. We are now at the Q and the A's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Indeed. Well,
So,
we have a situation.
Could you find the Q and A's on Twitter?
I have them
guess
already
we're
open.
not-
I have them already open, so I can read Q&As from here. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
So, we have. I mean, let's start with a easy one. So as a warm up, we have Would You Rather from You Will Never Guess This from J-Rock.
Oh, wow.
How
J-Rock?
familiar? Yeah, Paleo. How familiar are you with My Hero Academia?
I'm not caught up with it, but I've
That's
seen
fair.
up to
But you
I
know
think the first
characters.
part of season 5. I mean, I know the characters.
Okay,
so.
you know characters. So,
Yeah.
My Hero Academia. Would you rather? Would you rather go to a concert with Jajirozu, aka Momo? Oh, you do hiccups. You do hiccups. Yeah, with Momo, with Yajirozu.
There he goes.
And yeah, there he
He's
goes.
bored with you.
Yep, he's eaten his snack and now he's trying to go for more. But no, no. Oh no, he found the bag. No.
Go, Rocket, go!
No, buddy, no, I'm sorry. You have to go now. This is not an option.
Wow, I didn't know that he lived in a fascist house.
Oh, he does. Where is he? He's off too fast. Is he going to?
He's
pop
angry.
Up?
He's gonna
No.
go poop somewhere that's not a litter box.
I'm afraid he might be popping up on my desk again any moment because he knows where the food is.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
so
either
going to a concert with Momo.
concert to get exactly with Roma, or make music with Jiro, which is earphone
earbud
jack.
girl.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, Paleo,
So-
would you rather go to the concert with Momo or make music with Jiro? And that's not a euphemism. You are just making music.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to the concert with Momo. I like Momo a lot. And also with her powers, we get free snacks.
Oh,
That is true.
Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about
Does
it.
that mean you're eating part of her?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't know.
That is a very weird. I only realized this right now when you said it as well. Like, she produces all of this out of her body.
She produces it all out of her body. Fresh Momo milk, everyone.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, so you are going to the concert. That's nice. Yeah, I'm a little bit in a pickle here On the one hand, Jiro, who is all into rock and stuff, she is probably the one who I agree more on a musical stand. I like a good concert. I actually got raised on classical music. But a concert with Momo will probably be very highbrow, where like sitting there classical music for 2 hours. However, I'm also not good at making music, so I would be afraid of making music with Jiro. So do something where I like the music more, but cannot really keep up, or do the other thing where I can keep up, but which is the lesser of the to one's interest-wise. I mean, then again, I will probably still go to the concert because, before I have to embarrass myself or whatever, or put effort into it. Sitting in a concert, listening to classic music is fine.
Gross effort.
I know, right? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna make music with Jiro, man.
Good.
I mean, let's not forget, forget the fact that I am an award-winning clarinetist, so I already have some music ability. Humble brag, humble brag, humble brag. Jiro, I think I would just vibe with better, because I could go with the concert with Momo. Momo's fine, but, like, I don't think I would vibe with her. Part of a concert is, vibing with the person you're going with, and if it's just kind of like, I'm just here with you because you bought the ticket, it's like, I feel like it's just, I feel like the, just the environment would feel cooler with Jiro.
Yeah.
Also, if I buy the concert and I can just have Jiro use her power to just plug into an amp and completely drown out the entire concert and ruin it for everyone.
Hooray, question mark?
I didn't say that I had to be heroic in this scenario. Stopping a concert isn't villainy, it's just obnoxious. Plus, it could be music that I don't like that the concert is. It could be like a techno concert, but not like good Daft Punk techno. Or it could be country music. I would stop a country music concert very fast. All right, so now Discord.
Discord.
All right, so from Khan. Ask Awkward, if your life was told as a book/novel, what genre would it be?
Huh. That's a curious
Paleo,
one.
what would your novel be if you could write it about
Tragedy.
your life? Tragedy?
Of course.
Max?
Are we not going to elaborate? Just one answer and we have to accept it?
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know if I want someone to elaborate why their book would be a tragedy. That just sounds like that leads into a sad place. I don't. Okay, fine. We'll go with Max, because apparently Max knows how to make a good environment. So, Paleo, why would your book be a tragedy?
I don't know.
You see what happens?
A tragedy just felt funny.
Okay, well...
A dramedy.
A dramedy. Ooh, dramedy would be good. Well, what would your book be, Max?
I guess cringe comedy. Like trying to be funny and entertaining, but failing, and some people still tune in just to observe this train wreck. Basically, like this podcast.
It's not tuning in if it's a book. You millennial.
I'm already thinking 2 steps ahead in the movie adaptation.
Oh my god. Okay, I want mine to be a magical girl graphic novel.
The question was, what would it be, not what you want it to be.
Fine, what it would be is a magical girl. We have discussed multiple times that my life story is very fitting to either a hero origin story or a villain. We just haven't determined where the end of the story is yet. I mean, that's the hard thing about this question, is that our lives aren't over yet. How can you determine the genre of a thing that is not completed?
I mean,
I mean,
look at how many autobiographies are written by people who are still alive. So
I mean, sadly, I feel like my book would probably be kind of like the novelization version of Torchwood, where it would be a bunch of comedy, and then it would strike you at the end of every chapter with something really fucking bad.
Fuck Torchwood.
I know. And I equated my life to it. Next question.
Excellent.
Stop being existentialist and answer the funny question. Don't ask a question about what our lives would be summed up as. How about that, Odie? Want to fight in the octagon? We already have one fight. We need to have the pre-fight.
I mean, we had Odie on before, so we know Odie as a potential guest.
Okay, so do we have another one?
Oh,
on
we
Twitter?
have plenty on Twitter. I actually might want to choose a little bit. So, yeah, I guess Waddle had two questions. One question is, what are your thoughts on the Coyote versus Acme movie having been scrapped? Fuck film industry for tax write-offs? Fuck tax write-offs?
Fuck David Zaslav.
So,
support the TAG, like.
So yeah, maybe a more lighthearted one, also from Waddle. So, thoughts that they are making a live-action film of The Legend of Zelda now is in the works between Nintendo and Sony. I mean,
thoughts about it?
Yeah, I guess so. I haven't heard about it.
Be animated.
Yeah,
it was announced earlier this week. Which is it's like the logical step to do Zelda after Mario. I did not know if they were going to go live action or not, and also that they were going to go with a different studio.
Also,
because I thought they would have stuck with Universal for their properties.
Also,
but they're like, oh no, we're going to do Sony for this one.
Given that Sony is originally also a Japanese company, is it American production or Japanese one? Because Japanese.
It's American production.
Oh, okay.
It's being produced
like the Mario
by
movie.
the guy who produces a bunch of Sony like Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And its director is the director of the Maze Runner movies.
Yeah, which
Such
is very
a
strange.
weird combo.
And the writer is the writer of Detective Pikachu and Jurassic World.
Those are the same from the same person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my favorite thing though that I discovered, the producer, the one that produces all of the Marvel movies. You want to know a bit of that I found out about his filmography that I found fascinating? He was a creator for the Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures animated show. So, like,
the
you
pack
could
is
do...
back.
Yeah. So you could do, like, a weird 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon with Pac-Man, Spider-Man, and Legend of Zelda from one person. But, yeah, like... it is such a weird mixed bag of developers so far that I have no idea what to expect.
I am just so excited for
gauge
when we get a
this.
Nintendo Direct and the cast is revealed, just like the Mario cast was revealed at one time, because me and my friends went crazy. Because, like, every time they revealed a new voice actor, because, like, first it was Chris Pratt, and then they just kept going with the voice cast. It's like, oh yeah, we got Chris Pratt as Mario. What? And then it was like Charlie Day as Luigi. What?
Whoa!
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Like Jack Black as Bowser. Like me and my friends were going crazy. Like with every actor that was revealed, we were like, "What is this?"
My only hope is that they do the same thing that they did with the Mario movie, and whoever is Link's actor, they have the picture be a black and white portrait, so it looks like an in memoriam picture, like how Chris Pratt.
Yeah, like the Chris Pratt one. Yeah.
Like
the.
Oh wait. Yeah.
Yes. So. Since we are already going down this route, casting. Link movie casting.
We need to get a different skinny white boy twink than Tom Holland.
Yeah,
I don't want
like,
Tom.
What's the Dune guy?
No, Timothy Chalamet is not going to be Link. He's already
I would like
Willy
him.
Wonka.
Like that's the most famous one that I think I would be okay with. Though I do like a lot of people's thought in that get new people or people who aren't as known.
Yeah, but the problem is we don't know them, so we cannot cast them.
My big thing is Link, whoever they get to be him needs to be good at character acting, as in body language.
Why?
Because Link can't fucking talk.
Oh,
I don't care.
He will talk in the movie. Of course he will.
No! This is a thing the creator has said. Link is not allowed to speak. That is like a tent pole of his character. It's like a literal creative choice that his character doesn't talk. So like, I mean, you have Zelda with you, and get it. You have talking characters.
Listen.
You can have a mute main character.
Listen. Hey.
Yeah. And introducing Jack Black as Navi.
Navi. Listen.
I mean,
listen.
I feel like.
Oh, listen, Link.
I mean, my other thing is that I kind of want them to go into more of an Ocarina of Time route with the movie, in that I want to see both young Link and older Link. I feel like Link is more fascinating when he's younger too.
So we get one of the Stranger Things kids for
you
young Link.
You can't always get a Stranger Things kid to be. Sure, let's get Finn Wolfhard to be Link, and then like get Jenny Ortega from fucking Wednesday to be Zelda. Why not?
But yeah, who is going to be Ganondorf? We need a bulky guy. So how about John Cena? Making Ganondorf the most likable character in the entire movie. Basically like Bowser stole the show in Mario.
Okay, what about Dave Bautista? What if we get Drax?
I was about to say Dave Bautista.
Oh, he would.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. I feel like he could do it really well.
And he is a bit closer to being actually a person of color, isn't he?
Bautista, yes.
Yeah, exactly, because Ganondorf is canonically also actually like a Gerudo. Yeah, so... Yeah. So technically, we should actually go all.
Jason Momoa as Ganondorf.
I think Dave Bautista would be the better actor.
But like, if you went with like Twilight Princess Ganondorf, that could work.
Yeah.
Or whatever rehydrated Ganon also kind of looks like Jason Momoa, so that could work.
Idris Elba. If you want to go older.
Ooh, Idris Elba. Ooh, I wouldn't say no to that. Get Knuckles to get a little bit of Knuckles in there. So that would be. It's the fight of bulky men to be Ganondorf, which is why we're going to get Tom Holland. Or. Oh God, what's his name? Chris Evans as Ganondorf.
Just get Chris Pratt again.
No, Chris Pratt is Navi.
No, Chris Pratt's Tingle.
Oh.
we have to go back. I feel like he would accept the role purely because then he could gain back his weight and not be on a fucking Marvel hero diet where you have to dehydrate yourself all the time. He could just go back to what he looked like when he was in Parks and Rec.
Or maybe no. Okay. Complete step back. Let's just cast all the Chris's.
So Chris Evans, Chris Pratt, Chris Pine,
Chris Hemsworth,
Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah, he's a Chris.
Christopher Walken. He could be the mysterious mask salesman if they went with Majora's Mask.
I was about to say like the wise old man in the very first Zelda in the first screen who gives you the sword.
He's Link's uncle that dies at the beginning of Link to the Past.
Ouch.
Link.
So which Chris is going to play Zelda?
Do Christines and Christinas count?
I would have found it funny if we go with a big muscly dude, but fine. Which Christina do you want?
No, okay, but no. We'll go with big muscly dudes. We'll go with only Chris's.
I mean, Chris Pine is probably the one who
Chris
looks...
Chris Pine has sported the long hair enough to be Zelda.
he can rock a dress, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that works. Who's gonna be Zelda? Oh, maybe Christopher Walken be... I'm thinking of Zelda's father from the fucking CDI games. Just... My boy. But...
So what was the question
I don't... Just our thoughts on this movie.
Right.
The thing is just... I don't know what to expect.
I don't know what to expect.
Everything is such
I know that the
weird...
casting's going to be revealed first.
Yeah,
so
the casting is going to be the first thing. Also, when we get our first looks of what the costumes and the direction will look like, I just don't want the movie to look boring.
Yeah, casting still
the thing is,
the
director was going to be making a movie called Mouse Guard, and I'm very disappointed that movie didn't get made because the concept art looked really cool. It was going to be like an animated movie, based on this book, but it looked very unique. Let me see if I can find a screenshot here of concept art.
But yeah, for me, there's just so many things about it where it's like everyone who's on it have done things that I'm like, oh, decent. So I don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
I don't have... I have no expectations. I'm just going to be annoyed if they decide, hey, we're going to adapt Breath of the Wild, basically.
Of course. I mean, because it's the big hit,
I think they're going to be
going... Breath of the Wild is the most boring story out of all the Zelda games.
I think
all the things to adapt into the big screen, you pick the open world one?
I think they're going to do something original because... with Zelda, it's like, oh yeah, there's many different stories.
I would rather they do something original.
At some point.
But yeah, at this point, it's basically somewhere on a scale from Shyamalan Avatar all the way to Netflix's One Piece. It can be anything. We have no fucking clue.
It can be anything.
Depends on how many Chris's get cast.
But there you go. So next question from Deaf Alchemist. What's the longest amount of time you've ever stayed up?
That's also an easy
48
question.
hours, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, not much more on my end either.
Also, there's the link to the concept art for Mouse Guard. But yeah, that's the director who was who did the Maze
50
Runner
hours,
trilogy, and he was going to do this.
Well, there it is. But this is now scrapped, or?
Yeah, it's scrapped.
Yeah, it was a scrapped movie, but God, it's such a cool looking concept. No, I'm trying to think. The longest amount of time that I stayed up, probably maybe 48 to 50 hours. It wasn't out of volition, I just couldn't sleep.
But yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm sure everyone has had their all-nighters that they pulled to get a project done or school or something.
So probably something in the 40s for me.
Yeah, I don't think no one was like, hey, dude, what would happen if we tried to, stay up? I don't think any of us are that stupid to be like, okay, I just bought a Costco-sized case of Monster Energy drink. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
either our heart stops or we see the world in slow motion. Let's go.
I forgot there was one time at BronyCon, I forget which year it was, but whenever everybody went to bed and I was just awake and I could not go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have that at convention. I have that at a lot of conventions where I can't sleep in the evening, so I just kind of wander the convention halls late at night. And not every convention has actually late night things, so I just look like a creepy person walking around the con with no shoes. But yeah, question on Twitter.
Yeah. I guess another very quick and easy one. by Brandon Croker. Go to Holloway tweets and eats. So I guess both Thanksgiving and Christmas?
What does that mean?
What are your go-to holiday treats and eats? So what
treats! I thought you said tweets, and I was like,
oh, no. What are your holiday? What are the tweets that you send out each year for Christmas? Because let's be honest, we all know...
You had a terrible time to have a speech impediment.
Let's be honest, we have all the same jokes that we like to send around the holiday season on Twitter.
She's defrosting, woo. But go to holiday treat, because it's not Halloween anymore, so holiday. I mean, most cookies... that's the thing, I just tend to eat more baked goods around this time of year. My favorite... But my go-to holiday thing... I don't think people would count it as a treat, because it's more of a meal. I love soup around the holidays. Like a good hot soup. I will make like a bucket of soup and just have that all the time. It's just so good. It's so comfy. I like anything that makes me feel like I could just put on a warm blanket and forget that the world's on fire. Like I guess my go-to holiday treat is holiday soup. What's that? It's soup, but you wear a Santa hat while you eat it.
Hey. I don't have any creative ideas, so I just go with the very German answer of mullet wine.
Oh, mulled wine is very good. Oh, Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
Yeah, I get those every year.
Jesus, you are American. Those are just zebra cakes, but cheery.
But they got little sprinkles on them.
Like I said, you are the reason.
I know they're just zebra cakes, but they got little sprinkles on them. The zebra cakes don't have sprinkles.
You're the reason Reagan's still admired.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, that was too far.
That was pretty far. But yeah, I guess next question.
Okay, so this one's for A and Y specifically.
Oh, Jesus. Why did I not spot this before?
For A and Y, with how bad the second NFL Germany game was between the Colts and the Patriots, what should Germany send to the U.S. as punishment? So, what should your country give to us to just punish America? You can't do the answer that Odie gave and say just you. No.
I have heard the word NFL before.
It's a football thing.
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
You don't need to send a football related thing.
Okay. But maybe I can. I know what to send over there. To send them the German national soccer coach, the coach of the national soccer team, to teach those Yankees how to actually play football.
Oh no. Wow. So this is how World War III actually starts. This was not what people predicted.
But hey, now I have a specific one for you, and screw the guest. Am I right?
Oh, okay. Sorry, Paleo.
Ozzy Osbaldo asks for Keyframe. It's been 1 year since you have been working on Saberspark's videos. I assume working for Saberspark as a video editor, probably. What is the most bizarre or passing project that you worked on with him, for him?
Most bizarre thing. I don't know.
I mean,
furry, I'm sure.
He mostly releases his bizarre things afterwards, but... then again, haven't you told previously, I believe, was it even on the Awkward Way you told about being involved in a certain research project for the Rescuers video?
That's Eddie. That's Eddie.
Oh, this was Ed. Oh, Eddie. Ah.
Yeah, no,
you work
no.
for too many people who do bizarre things.
That's the thing, guys. You're asking me about the wrong person when it comes to weird shit that I've had to do. So I'm just gonna move the question away from Saber and go to Eddie, which is much more interesting. So, Eddie did a video about the Rescuers. You know, the Disney mouse movie. And specifically about the shot that was always censored afterwards of, you know, they're flying down on the seagull and there's a girl with her tits out in the background. And his whole video was, who is that girl? Who are those titties? And so my section that I had to edit was about him looking through every Playboy magazine from that era to try to find it. So I needed to have visuals of Playboy magazine covers. He sent me them, but here's the thing. He sent me them as PDFs. So not just the covers. Nay.
Oh.
He sent me PDFs of a bunch of Playboys from the fucking 1950s through the 60s. And the 40s. Like, he sent me just a bunch of Playboys. And I had to download the entire PDF so I can get the cover. So, still on my hard drive to this day, I just have, like, some Playboys. Like, full Playboys. Articles and all. From vintage eras. So, if you ever wanted to look up some, I don't know, some bush that's either dead or 90 years old now, I guess you could just ask me. I probably have a centerfold of it. So that was very interesting to have to edit, because I also had to censor a lot of them. So I had the fun job of just putting Eddie's face on a bunch of nipples. It was also funny because he asked me to look up international hustler and international things, and he sent me links to them. And God, what is wrong with people? Some of these covers are very stupid looking. And I'm like, are these supposed to be sexy? I don't know what about this is sexy. It's just two girls touching their butts together. That's not really sexy. That's just a very inefficient high five. Like, I don't know what's going on.
There's an anime
here.
about it.
I know the butt war anime. I know the one where like they also had that in the fucking what is it? Dead or Alive beach volleyball games. Like there's a whole mini game about it where you have to do the fucking butt battles to push someone into the pool.
Why?
I don't know. But yeah, so that was the weirdest research I've had to do for a video was old Playboys. So there you go. There's my answer there. Oh. Nothing I don't think is going to beat that.
Also, maybe just
that's not an invitation.
Yeah. Also, maybe just for equilibrium quickly, Ozzy Osbaldo asked another one, which is probably mostly directed to Paleo. With all the great new games of 2023, who is going to be nominated? Who is going to win this year at the Game Awards? I mean, you already mentioned that you're probably going to do it on stream anyways, aren't you?
Yeah, so yeah, tomorrow the nominations are announced, so I'm gonna react to that and then do a predictions thing during the stream. But with everything I've heard and everything, all the people who have played it and the critics who have talked about it, I haven't played it yet, but Baldur's Gate 3 I think is gonna take it.
Probably. Taking all of them. Yeah. All the trophies.
No, this year, guys.
Oh.
It's going to be Kirby's year. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Game of the year, baby.
Oh, but fucking Starfield will probably get a bunch of them as well.
I mean, it'll probably get, like, an acting award.
I don't
There's
think
like 200
Starfield's
characters
gonna be nominated.
In it.
I think it's going to be snubbed. Because there's only 6 slots for Game of the Year. And there was just so many things that came out this year. And Starfield wasn't on the higher end. If you look at Metacritic scores and everything. And I said on Twitter my prediction for the 6 nominees were going to be Baldur's Gate 3, Zelda: The Tears of the Kingdom, Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Wonder, and Spider-Man 2. Those are the 6 I think are going to get the nominations. But you could like switch out things and stuff because like another thing is I think even though it has gotten a lot of praise with Mario Wonder, it doesn't seem like something that would get nominated. But I would like for it to be nominated. So we'll see.
I mean,
and there's 30 categories this year, so that's going to be interesting.
30? 30.
Yeah. Yeah, 30 categories.
It seems like
So sometimes, like, the category... I would say, like, maybe it's only, like, 20-something, because, like, they put in a bunch of esports categories that I just don't care about.
No, yeah. I don't follow esports. I can't... It's the same thing with regular sports. Can't follow it. But... apparently a lot of people predict that the Game of the Year nominees will be Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Sea of Stars, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and Final Fantasy XVI.
16.
What's that? 16. I don't know if I agree with the Legend of Zelda one. I feel like Tears of the Kingdom kind of fizzled out when it got released. I don't hear about it talked about nearly as much as Breath of the Wild.
True.
That's true, but it was a very highly, like, rated. So I think that and Baldur's Gate 3 I think are guaranteed to be in there.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want Spider-Man 2
All the
to
other
win
ones
because I want...
could be switched out.
I want Spider-Man 2 to win because I want to be like, ha, Spider-Man beat you D&D nerds. The comic book nerds win. Yay. But I mean, it's probably going to be... I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is just an achievement in most things. To the point that people are now being like, why doesn't games have as much content as Baldur's Gate 3, which is so unhealthy.
I mean, they asked the same question for Witcher 3 back in the day. It's like... Well, the way to get there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
And blood. And more blood.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
There you go. There's your answer. So, next question. Let's see.
Not Twitter. I'm Twitter. Back to Discord.
Yes. Oh, here's a good one. From Khan. What's a sequel so bad you wish it was never made or
name?
pretend it doesn't exist? From Khan.
Sorry, what? I believe you're mispronouncing the name.
Okay. Khan! There you go.
And what was the question?
What is a sequel that you hate so much that you wish it never existed or pretend it doesn't exist?
Sequel or also prequels?
I'm gonna count prequels in here.
Because yeah. I mean, there are sequels that take place in the past. I made an entire
Alien
video
Revenant.
about...
I was gonna say Alien Revenant.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
I believe I haven't even watched it. I know that it exists vaguely. I mean, I was the last one on the planet to watch Prometheus, so... And figured out, oh, it's an Alien prequel.
Yeah.
I didn't know for years.
Max.
I didn't know for years. And then I watched it at some
Wow.
point, I'm like, oh...
I mean, like, I know a lot of people would say, like, one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets or any horror sequel, but I feel like horror sequels are great because they get stupider, so I love those. I'm gonna say Ralph Breaks the Internet. I think that movie, especially, it does the opposite of what a sequel should do in that it dismantles everything from the previous movie. Like, it doesn't build upon it at all and just kind of makes Ralph slip on a banana peel and fall backwards in character development. Also, Felix and Calhoun are just reduced to being like a joke at the beginning, a cameo in the middle, and then a punchline at the end. It's like, what the fuck? It's such a bad movie. I hate Ralph Breaks the Internet is one of the few Disney movies, especially, that I hate it every time I watch. I hate it more every time I watch it. It loses redeeming qualities. So that's mine.
I feel like I'm the only one who likes that movie.
Well, you could stay in your very lonely corner.
It's the same thing with Good Dinosaur. I'm a Good Dinosaur apologist.
I like Good Dinosaur. You're not alone there. Just not with Ralph Bakes the Internet. But what about you, Max?
I'm trying to come up with something better than the first thing that pops to mind. But since I haven't...
What is the first thing that pops to your mind?
I mean... Very specific, and hear me out. It might be the third season of an ongoing show, but I dare to say there was a clear endpoint. The arc was over after the second season, and therefore, Season 3 of The Mandalorian is the sequel that I think would... Yeah, I mean, but not just me, I heard it from other voices as well, that for many people, the show was fantastic for 2 seasons, and then in the third season it's a...
And like most Star Wars things.
Yeah.
Overstays its welcome.
But it was so good for 2 seasons, which makes it even what was the question exactly? Like sequel so bad. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And yeah, this description fits Season 3 of The Mandalorian. I mean, Boba Fett is even worse. Fuck that show. Which basically had also the lead-in for Season 3 of Mandalorian. So, I guess... Fuck modern-day Star Wars? Check your thing on the Bing. Yeah, check your box on the bingo card. Max rants about a Disney IP.
Jesus.
It wasn't MCU for once, but God fuck the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, Loki.
I heard things about
Loki's
about
good.
like
yeah,
the plot and stuff. Yeah. The newest Captain America. I'm not gonna say what it is, but if you know, you know, and it's so mind-boggling why they decided to do certain things that they're doing in the new Captain America movie.
Captain America?
Yeah, there's a new Captain America coming out, and they've done test screenings, and it's been widely panned. But then you look up the specific characters that they're putting in it, including a character from the comics, and then you kind of look at that, and you look at the real world, and you're like, who the fuck was under a rock when they wrote the script? So I'm gonna leave it at that. Look it up on your own. Sorry. But yeah. So there you go. I think we have the FMK left. Oh wait, no, there is one from the person who gave the FMK. Unless there's anything left on Twitter.
I have one more on Twitter.
Okay.
Potentially fast one because I have barely anything to say. But you two probably could talk for an hour, so you both time slotted. You both just the microphone will retract into your tables after a few minutes.
Okay.
From Vela Vidal, with the Powerpuff Girls celebrating the show but the girls' 25th anniversary this year. I would like to know, what are some of your favorite moments from the franchise?
Oh, that's a cute question.
Yeah, but still, I have barely watched any of it, so I don't have
again, Cartoon Network just didn't exist.
Oh, no, Powerpuff Girls, other channels streamed it, but Powerpuff Girls, I saw an episode here or there, but I never watched the show, as in watching the
fair.
show. So
but
I guess my favorite.
Then you have the American millennials who most definitely watched it.
Nevertheless, I believe I have a favorite moment of it after all. From the franchise, because it touched something that I do hold dear and follow. The cameo when in the Gorillas lore,
Murdoch.
When Murdoch was temporarily
switches place with Ace.
Exactly, and then suddenly, in the roller skating music video, you are like, wait. He kind of looks like Murdoch, but he's clearly not. And then it's like, it's canonically the character. I'm not sure if they actually if it's one of the villains.
It is canon. Craig McCracken actually made artwork of Murdoch in jail with the rest of the The gangrene game.
So yeah,
It's great.
they just swapped one Murdoch with one of the villains from Powerpuff Girls, and he's just standing there in the music video and being all Murdoch-y, but not being Murdoch. So yeah, that is my favorite moment because
That is great. What about you, Paleo? What's one of your favorite Powerpuff Girls?
So Powerpuff Girls is one of my favorite cartoons. I want to say the movie. Because like I really love the movie. Yeah.
It looks
great
so good too. Like it's pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. And it has super good humor. And even some emotional moments in the movie. So it's really great. Like, one thing about the movie, if I could pick a moment, because like there's that moment where they're all on the asteroid and like just like wondering about what to do about Mojo Jojo and taking over the city. But like that whole sequence of like the other apes rising up with their own plans is really funny.
That's so good. I really love that the movie shows what Townsville was like before the Powerpuff Girls and just how shitty Townsville kind of was. It was kind of just like a slum place. But no, my favorite Powerpuff Girl, I know Odie thinks that I'm going to say the Beatles episode, and that one is great. Love that one. However, it's not my favorite. I mean, probably my favorite is the entire episode of Bubbles going hardcore, where she keeps doing the simulation to the point that she goes to level 100. She just becomes, like, fucking crazy. I don't know. I feel like that episode is a bit of a power fantasy for me. You know, the big people pleaser type of person. It's like, man, it is literally the episode. It is the personification of, don't you just want to not be nice? Don't you ever just want to go ape shit? That is that episode. That is that episode.
Yeah. One clip I recently saw on Twitter going around was that that clip of the episode from when they moved to the town of Citiesville. That's a really great episode. It's very funny. Where they destroy the bridge, like, going out of town, and the mayor, like, scolds them for doing it.
That the robbers had $500 in their getaway car. That bridge was $300,000 worth of damage!
$3 million.
$3 million! Oh yeah, $3 million. It had Marvel logic of, like, yeah, there's actual, like, collateral damage. But yeah. And fun fact, in the Powerpuff Girls movie, in the little newsroom segment, you can actually see Aqua Teen Hunger Force playing in the background. Circles all together, don't it?
Hey. And I guess with that.
But yeah, so that's the answer to that question. My mic is receding into my desk.
Basically. Okay.
So from Paradox of Principle, what's an animated character from any media to you that you still question why the creators added them at all? So what's I guess like a new character that they added to something where you're like, what? Why?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, there's classic examples where, you know, the little cousin principle of things. I mean, I know that it eventually served a narrative purpose, but the Agent X from the last season of Amphibia felt really unnecessary.
One way to put it. I'm thinking, on the one hand,
I mean, it felt like they were like, oh, RuPaul wants to guest star on our show, so what character are we gonna get? Okay, let's just make RuPaul a secret agent. Cool? The end. Like, okay, that's neat.
I was just thinking, because I can't think of anything that I've personally been watching, but I watched one of Billiam's recent videos when he did of like obscure Scooby-Doo shows, or like random Scooby-Doo shows that he hadn't talked about yet, and one of them had the character of Scooby-Dum.
Oh, like, yeah, that was from the Scooby-Doo show back in the 70s, and it's just
that was even
Scooby's
before
Scrappy. Slow cousin.
Oh, slow cousins were a big thing back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is that one's interesting to watch now with today's sensibilities of like, what are they supposed to be? Are they dumb or are they you know. But yeah. Do you have one, Max?
So many and yet so struggling to grasp for one.
But there's no one in Dragon Prince that you're like, why?
Oh, the baker. But I can tell what they were thinking. They were just, wouldn't it be funny if he throws tarts during a war scene and beats knights with them?
It radiates. Your anger towards that feels like the same energy during that one MLP episode with the buffalo when they're throwing pies as like for their fight against the cowboys. But okay.
I mean another one. The Pogs from, I mean they're technically animated, so it counts. The Pogs or whatever they are called from Star Wars. But I know why they were there. They were specifically there to put over the actual existing birds that were in every shot. But then they kept going with them, and it's like, guys, the initial idea was genius, but now stop producing puffins, yeah, whatever. If
they should have just made puffins real, like.
It's Disney, they have the money for it.
They are real.
No, they're not, apparently. According to Star Wars, they're not real, but porgs are. Maybe they couldn't trademark puffins to be in merchandise, so they had to make a whole new species.
Wait. So what's the name of the creatures in Star Wars and what's the real ones? Puffins are the ones that exist in porg?
Yeah, puffins are real.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot what the things in Star Wars actually are called, so I just guessed with porgs.
Yeah, they're porgs.
And then I thought,
they are porgs.
Okay, and then I thought Odie was correcting me and telling me that that they were called puffins. I'm like, okay.
No, puffins are the things they were censoring.
Okay, censor the puffins. You thought blue-feeded tits needs to be censored. Blue-feeded boobies. That's the ones, right?
Yes, blue-footed boobies.
And tits also need to be censored. I don't know what Disney has against birds. They're weird. Anyways.
I don't know. They have something against birds and lemmings. I don't know. But yeah, so I guess that gets us to the FMNK. Ask Awkward. Since we have an ensemble of Brony alumni in the podcast, let us have a nostalgic-like sense of fondness and also some magical expression of oneself in Destiny with a marked telling of fuck, marry, kill former enemies into redeemed characters. Wow, that was a long walk to get to that end point, man. Even for you, Enigma, Jesus. Sunset Shimmer, Starlight Glimmer, and Misty Bright Dawn.
What?
Whoever kills Misty from this...
I was not expecting Misty.
Misty gets redeemed? I never saw this one coming.
May Celestia have some mercy for your cutie mark. Alright, well, Paleo. It is your decision to make.
So, Sunset, Starlight, and Misty?
Yup.
Yes.
Man, I do like all of them. I think I'll marry Starlight. She would be very practical to be around. Like, she talks sense into other characters a lot. So I would marry Starlight. Man.
I have a feeling Sunset. I know who you want.
Oh wow,
fuck.
We are going immediately there. Okay, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, fuck Sunset. I love Sunset.
Yeah.
I hate to kill Misty.
I was about to say,
like she's so nice, but she's new.
You are the one who actually has a choice here, and you go for the kill.
Man, you killed a Gen 5 character. How Gen 4 fan of you? Man.
I'm sorry, Gen 5 isn't great.
I mean, I haven't even kept up with it enough to know that Misty is redeemed, but she had "gets redeemed" written all over her, so it was not really that hard.
I mean, yeah, it was very obvious.
Yeah. Sunset, but actually both of them, Sunset and Starlight, both were actual villains when they got introduced. They were actually bad characters. Misty is just like, she's a fucking cinnamon roll who is just gaslit by the actual villain.
Hey, don't insult my baby girl. She's special.
Yeah, she's a bit special.
No, how dare you?
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You are a fan. You're a Twilight fan. If we want to talk about special, like, come on.
I wouldn't even know these days. Do I care about any enough to declare best pony? Anyways, we have Paleo's answers. Who gets to go next? Cancel Ian.
What did we decide last episode? Who is It's even and odd episodes?
We had an even and odd thing. Shit. We figured out that it's even and odd, but we didn't memorize who's even, who is odd.
Odie?
Enigma?
Anyone who watches this show
it pays more attention than us.
I like Fidel going, whoa! I forgot. No, Odie, don't forget. A and Y is even.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so is this an even episode or
this is episode 20.
Okay, so this is even. So you go last.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yes, that works.
Well
okay,
then.
so here we go.
You don't have to kill Misty.
I don't have to kill Misty. I'm saved.
All right. Are you gonna fuck the cinnamon, or are you gonna marry the cinnamon?
I'm gonna marry the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? I see a lot of myself in Misty Bright Dawn. I feel like what should two damaged people do? Get together and make a lifelong commitment, because that's the healthiest thing to do.
That's what I've been told.
But no, I think I just feel like Misty has a lot of good traits about her. She's definitely one of the most interesting of the new cast. And, I feel like she just would be a lot of fun. And I feel like she just needs a good person in her life that also doesn't have ties to, like, the entire existence of Equestria like the main five have. It's like, you just need, like, an unproblematic normal person in your life, Misty. I will be that person. I'm going to kill Sunset Shimmer. Because you know what? Sunset fans are annoying.
Wow.
Because here's the thing. I'm one of those annoying fans. But the thing about Sunset is that everyone uses Sunset as this beacon of character redemptions in MLP. And I want to take that ball, stab it to deflate it, and throw it on the fucking ground, because Starlight is a much better example at redemption. So
I mean, I do agree with that.
I'm killing Starlight. No, I'm killing Sunset, so that way I'm killing this weird pedestal that people put upon her.
They put the pedestal upon her? Jesus, they don't know how pedestals work.
They put her upon. I'm sorry.
But now I want to have fan art of this mental image of just a pedestal on top of Sunset. Like
that's how I kill Sunset. Is that I put the pedestal on her.
And suddenly it turned into what's his name? The guy with the smile movie.
Oh God, yeah.
You just turned it into one of his animations.
Yeah. Well, Dave something.
Yeah,
Smiley Dave or whatever.
Mr. Davey.
Yeah.
Mr. Davey.
Yeah, Mr. Davey. Yeah. You better get ready to die. Get ready. But yes. And then I'm gonna fuck Starlight. I mean, I love Starlight. She's my second favorite pony. Pinky obviously being number one and always will be forever and ever. No other opinions. But Starlight, I just feel like, because she's had such significant amount of time as a villain, and as a good person that I feel like she's the perfect switch. She knows how to be like a dom and be like domineering and evil like her cult self, but she knows when to, you know, hold it back, like when she gets redeemed and everything. And that's like perfect for bedroom activities. Get a girl who can do both, you know? So yeah, there's mine. Max, it is now your turn.
We didn't have this in quite a long time.
What do you mean?
I just only got shit choices. This is like, oh. No, normally we have to maybe the last one has to wing 1 or 2, but jeez, I have to wing all 3? Okay, Starlight Glimmer. She had it coming. She had it coming. She had herself, only herself to. Okay, I need to listen to more musicals. Yeah, she totally had it coming because, you say she got redeemed and stuff and whatnot, but I tell you, she's just biding her time. We know that she is a master manipulator who plays the long game. So who says she isn't playing the even longer one now? So at any point, she could just flip back and set all her machinations that you already set in motion, and they all trigger, and bam, suddenly she's.
I mean, she does become the headmaster at the friendship school.
Just one step. This is just one more step before her master plan.
Friendship is power.
Also that, yeah. And before this can happen, because it obviously will, anybody who can half decently, competently analyze kids' cartoons will be able to tell you that there are all the signs of a sociopath, and she is going to strike again, and I kill her before it is too late. I already shot all my fire, all my good stuff I had on this first part. Okay, second, I am totally gonna marry Sunset Shimmer. That is the answer that I picked.
I mean, that's not the worst one
you could ever get. It's not the worst, but it's like...
It's a very typical brony answer.
It's also like, okay, I'm marrying Sunset Shimmer. Like, sure.
She's pretty.
She's there. She was a prom
She can play
queen.
guitar.
Yeah. She's a little bit. Towards the end, she got a little bit like very goody two shoes. Like
I mean, she literally became an angel during the friendship game. So like,
that's the thing. Like, would I fuck her? Hell yeah. Would I marry her? It's like, oh, that's going. Oh no, I mean, yes, definitely. I wouldn't want to fuck her. I want to marry her because wait, she has mind reading was her power, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because then we saved valuable. Not even gold digger. No, what were my tradition? Your marriage answers were gold digger answers. What were mine?
Oh yeah, benefiting yourself.
Exactly. So you see, we don't need to waste time talking about what's for lunch, for food or whatever. It's like, I just think about it and she hears it and can take care of it.
She does have to
no need to talk about your problems.
Exactly.
Or ask what's wrong.
But it's only one-sided. So I don't have to worry because she hears all mine. But since I didn't talk about it, she doesn't need to talk to me about it. So win all around. Okay, can I turn myself in an even shittier person by seducing poor little Misty into...
She's the most innocent of the three.
I know, which is why I'm like,
Maybe this helps to make her less innocent. There we go.
Great. Now, I definitely want to fuck her when she looks at me like this with a knife. Excuse me?
She 30
minutes into tell your tale and chill, and she gives you this look. What do you do?
She also only has a horse form.
Also,
no human
there's
form.
no Equestria girls.
I'm a furry. That's fine. I'm a furry. We can make this all work over here. But yeah, about the knife thing, I'm more into penetrating than being penetrated.
I mean, stabbing is a type of penetration.
Exactly.
I just wanted to show off that charm. But so yeah, why are you gonna fuck the abused little cinnamon roll known as Misty Bright Dawn?
Well, there were 2 chances to go into the post-show ruined. Get them when they are young, I don't know. That will be clipped and cancelled.
Oh, God.
There's my cancellation right here.
Oh, God!
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random crap. It's time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. Artwork and analysis which you do